everybody, good afternoon. I hope everyone is doing great today. I know I could really use some chair yoga right now. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and start my watch so that I can track our calories for this workout. We should be good. You should be able to see everything. All right, let's start with our modified Pranayama breathing. So what we're going to do is have 2 feet flat on the floor. You're going to interlock your fingers and place them underneath your throat. Thumbs are touching or underneath your chin. Thumbs are touching your throat. Pinkies are facing away from you. As you breathe in, your elbows go all the way up to the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, you look up to the ceiling and elbows come forward to touch. Again, we breathe in, elbows go up, you come to face me. And then we look up to the ceiling and elbows come forward. All right, let's try it for reals. Interlock those fingers underneath your chin. Thumbs are touching, pinkies away. Here we go, big deep breath in. Send those elbows all the way up to the ceiling. And let it all out. Good. Breathe in, elbows go up. And breathe out, look up to the ceiling, elbows come forward to touch. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. Deep breath in, elbows up. And breathe out. Good. Breathe in, fill your lungs up with air. Fill it all the way to the top until you can't breathe in anymore. And let it all out. Good. Put your arms down, shake it out a little bit. We're going to do that again. Let's refix your grip. So interlock those fingers. Place it underneath your chin, elbows, thumbs, not elbows. Thumbs are touching your throat, pinkies are facing away from you. We're going to take a big deep breath in, elbows go all the way up to the ceiling. And as you breathe out, you're going to look up to the ceiling and elbows come forward to touch. Keeping in mind that this whole time, your hands stay underneath your chin. They never move. Let's give it a try. Here we go. Big deep breath in. And breathe out. Good. Breathe in through your nose. Elbows go up. And let it out. Deep breath in through your nose, elbows up. And let it all out, elbows come forward to touch. Breathe in, elbows up. And breathe out. Breathe in, fill your lungs with air. Elbows all the way up. And breathe out through your mouth. Last one, the biggest sip of breath you've taken. Make sure your lungs are all the way filled. And then let it all out. Great. All right, let's get started. We are going to start off with our seated half moon pose. So you are going to take your left hand, grab the chair, right hand goes all the way up over your head for a big side stretch. Make sure you plant that right hip onto your chair so that way we're not falling over. And then reach. Plant the hip, reach the arm. Good, and switch. Right arm grabs the chair, left arm goes all the way up over your head, big side stretch here. Now left hip plants onto the chair, and left arm reaches up and over. Good, we're gonna get 2 chances to do every pose, so let's get right into our second chance here. Left hand grabs the chair, right hand comes up over your head, big side stretch. Now we know we have to plant that right hip. Also, I want us to slide that left shoulder forward so that our 2 shoulders are square on. So your hip is down, arm is reaching, and then that left shoulder is twisted front. Good, let's try that on the other side. Right hand grabs the chair, left hand comes up and over, plant the hip, turn, or not turn, but I want you to shift that right shoulder forward so it's straight out. And you'll reach the arm up and over, and we'll hold it. Beautiful. Sit up nice and tall. We are going to do our seated spine twist. Take your left leg, cross it over your right. Right leg is the supporting leg, so your knee and ankle should be in one straight line. Your left hand is going to grab the back of the chair. Your right hand is going to grab your knee. With a nice tall back, we're going to twist all the way over to the left. Untwist the top half, uncross your legs, and we're going to the other side. So right leg crosses over your left, knee and ankle in one line. You are going to take your left hand, grabs the knee, right hand grabs for the back of the chair. Make sure your back is tall and twist all the way over to the right. Good, untwist the top, uncross your legs. We're doing that second set, our second chance. So left leg crosses over your right. Right hand grabs your knee. Left hand back of the chair. Now straighten your back right now. Then twist all the way over to the left. Good. Untwist, uncross. Last one. Right leg crosses over the left. Left hand grabs the knee. Right hand grabs the back of the chair. Fall back and twist all the way over to the right. Good. Untwist, uncross those legs, and let's go for our seated leg extension. So I'm going to scoot a little bit forward in my chair. That way I just have a little bit more range of motion. If you feel comfortable sitting back in your chair, you can do this with a little bit of a bent knee, as long as you are flexing. So heel is down and toes are pointed up to the ceiling. You will still get a great stretch. But I'm going to scoot a little bit forward so that my leg is straight. Heel is down, toes are pointed up to the ceiling, two hands, one on top of the other, and you're going to go down and reach for your toes. You may not touch your toes, that's totally fine. That's why we get a second chance to do everything. Hopefully on the second chance, you're a little bit more warmed up, you're a little bit more flexible, so you could reach a little bit farther. Good. Sit back, let's switch legs. Left heel down to the floor, toes up to the ceiling. Two hands, one on top of the other, and go down. Reach for those left toes. Good. Sit back up. Let's do our second chance for that. Right heel down to the floor, toes up to the ceiling. Two hands, and you go down. Reach for your toes. Toes are the goal, but if you're at your knee, you could be at your shin, you could be at your ankle. Wherever you're at is fine, as long as you're feeling that good stretch all the way up the back of your leg. Good. Sit up, and we'll switch to the left. Left heel down, toes up to the ceiling, two hands, one on top of the other. Go down, reach for those toes. Making sure that you have a flat back, so we're not hunching over just to reach a little farther. In yoga, we want to have a flat back for some poses and a rounded back for others. This is one where you want a flat back. Beautiful. Sit up, and we're going to get ready to do our first forward fold, which is our legs open. So you are going to open up your chair as wide as you can, okay, to either side of the chair. If this is where you're at, I just want legs open. So as wide as you can. Arms go all the way up to the ceiling and all the way down. Reach for your ankles. Use your elbows to make sure that your knees don't cave in, okay? We don't want to put awkward pressure on your knees. Last thing you're going to do is look down at the floor. Good. Keep your legs open. I just want you to sit up. We're going to do that again. So send your arms up to the ceiling and dive all the way down. Reach for your ankles. With a A nice flat back. You're going to look down at the ground and hold it. Good. Sit up. Bring your legs back together so that we can do our seated pigeon. Reach for your right ankle. Bring it up to your left knee. If you cannot bring it up to your left knee, then cross at the ankles. So your right ankle will cross over your left ankle, just like this. Making sure that you try to get it up to your knee. Every week we do this. But if it's not happening, you can always go down to the ankle. Good. Now with two hands, you're going to reach for the front of the chair. And you're going to use your arm strength to pull yourself closer so that your chest one day may touch your leg. Mine doesn't, but that is the goal that I have in mind. Okay, making sure that you have a flat back. We're going to hold it. Good. Sit up, guide that ankle down to the ground. And we are going to switch. Go for your left ankle, bring it up to your right knee, or cross at the ankles. Two hands, reach for the front of the chair. And use your arm strength to pull yourself closer so that one day your chest is going to touch your leg. Think about it. Mine doesn't, but that's the goal that I know I have in mind. With a flat back, we're going to hold here. Good. Sit up. That ankle goes back down, and we're going to get our second chance right now. Right ankle comes up to your left knee. Two hands, reach for the front of the chair, and pull yourself down. Flat back, look down at the ground, and hold it. Excellent. That ankle comes down. Last one. Reach for that left ankle. Bring it up to your right knee. Two hands. Reach for the front of the chair. And use your arm strength to pull yourself closer. Flat back. Look down at the ground and hold it. Very nice. Sit up and guide that ankle back down. We are getting into our seated warrior, into our triangle series. So let's scoot over to the right of your chairs, and then you're going to bring that right leg out to the side, nice and long, as straight as you can. Your left leg is going to be bent and on a little bit of an angle. Hands come to heart center. Then hands come straight up over your head for warrior one. Good, then those arms are just gonna drop down parallel with the floor. You're gonna look over to your left and we'll hold this one, which is warrior two. Good, bring those hands back to heart center. Then your elbow is gonna go down to that bent knee. Your right arm is gonna go straight up into the air and your left comes straight down in front of that bent leg. Then you're gonna look up at your right hand and hold it. Good, hands come back to heart center, sit up nice and tall. Now we're gonna switch to the other side. So scoot on over to the left side of your chair. Left leg goes out to the side, nice and long. Right leg is bent on a little bit of an angle, and hands come to heart center. Good, straighten your arms up over your head, and hold for warrior one. Drop the arms down, parallel with the floor. Look over to your left and hold for warrior two. Bring the hands to heart center. Now your elbow's going to go down to your other bent knee. Good. Left hand goes straight up into the air. Right hand comes down right in front of that bent leg. And then you're going to look up at your left hand and hold our triangle pose. Beautiful. Hands come to heart center. Sit up nice and tall. And we are going to go right into our second set. So you're going to scooch over to the right side of your chair. Right leg goes out to the side as much as possible. And your left leg is bent and on a little bit of an angle. Hands come to heart center. And then straight up over your head. Hold for warrior one. Good, arms drop down, parallel with the floor. Look over to your left and hold for warrior two. Hands come to heart center. Elbow goes over to your bent knee. Left arm goes straight up. Right arm goes straight up into the air. Left arm comes down in front of that bent leg. And then you're going to look up at your right hand. Hands come to heart center, sit up, and let's move over to the left and do our last warrior triangle series. Left leg straight out to the side, right leg bent on a little bit of an angle. Hands come to heart center, and then straight up over your head. Hold for warrior one. Arms come down parallel with the floor. Look over to your right and hold warrior two. Hands come to heart center. Elbow goes over to your bent knee. Then left hand goes straight up into the air. Right hand comes down in front of your bent leg. And then you're going to look up at your left hand. Beautiful. Hands come to heart center. Sit up and bring your legs together. So for our next pose, we are going to do our revolved chair pose. So I need 2 feet flat on the ground. Let's have heels touch, toes touch, and knees touch. Hands come to heart center. Now you are going to take your left elbow and you're either going to tap it on top of your left leg, your right leg. Left elbow goes to right leg, or you tuck it on the side of your right leg. Elbow goes all the way to the back wall, and then you turn all the way to look over to the right. Keep your hands at heart center. We're going to go to the other side. So your right elbow is either going to tap that left leg or tuck on the side of it. Back elbow is straight behind you, and then look over to the left and hold it. Good. Come straight forward. Keep those hands together. We are going to go right into our second set. So take that right elbow or left elbow and tap it or tuck it on the side of your right leg. Good. Turn all the way over to the right and hold it. Good. Keep those hands together. Right elbow is going to either touch or tuck on the side of your left leg. And look all the way over to your left. Good. Come back to face me. Before we get into our standing series, you may get a quick drink of water. But let me show you how to do our downward dog from a seated position. So if standing is not available to you, you can get an additional chair in front of you with like the back of the chair facing you, and you can put your hands right on top of it. Or you can sit in front of a countertop and put your hands on top of it, as long as it's just a little bit taller than you when you're seated. That way you can get your back and arms in position, and you'll still get like the half position of the downward dog. Okay? Everybody grab a quick drink, and then I will show you how to get into it. Okay, let's get into the standing series. So for a downward dog, I'm going to switch my chair this way so that you can see a little bit better what's going on. You are going to stand directly in front of the chair or couch, wherever you're doing yoga right now. You're going to grab onto the part that you were just sitting on. Now you're going to take 2 steps back, just so that you feel a stretch in the back of your legs. Next thing you're going to do is push your bottom up into the air. Then you're going to put your ears by your elbows so that your arms, head, neck, and back are all in one straight line. It should look like this. Go ahead and get in position and we'll hold it. Good. Slowly walk your feet back towards your chair. Then let go and stand up. So you always want to walk your feet back up towards your chair first and then stand up straight. All right, let's do that one again. Grab on to the part of the chair or seat or couch that you were just sitting on and walk your feet back. I usually take a big step back and then I can feel it. Feet should be shoulder width apart. Push yourself back so that your bottom goes up into the air. Then ears by the elbows so that arms, head, neck, and back are in one straight line. Let's all do it right now. Beautiful job. Walk those feet back up to your chair and stand up nice and tall. Let's do a tree pose. Let's come over to the right side of your chair. You're going to hold on to your chair. Now, you are going to point your right toe down to the ground and then turn that knee out to the side. Slide the bottom of your shoe up to meet the standing leg. Now we have to decide, are we going to leave the toe on the ground? Are we going to bring it up to the calf? Or are you going to bring it all the way up to the thigh? Because the thing we're not going to do, you're never going to rest it on your knee. You're just going to push on it, and that's no good. So pick. You get 1, 2, or 3. I think today I am going to go for my calf. Then you'll bring one hand to heart center. If you're still balancing, try to bring 2. And if you can still balance here, fully extend your tree up and out. Good, hands come together. And we'll switch it over to the other side. So left side of your chair. Left toe points to the ground. Turn that knee out to the side and slide the bottom of your shoe up to meet that standing leg. Pick where the leg is going to go. You could leave the toe on the ground. That way you have a little bit more balance. Or you could test your balance today and bring it up to the calf or all the way up to the thigh. Okay, I'm going to leave it at calf. Bring one hand to heart center. Then if you're still balancing, bring the other. And if you can still balance, fully extend your tree up and out. Good, hands come back to heart center. And we're getting a second chance. Let's do this again. Right toe point to the ground. Turn your knee out and slide the bottom of your shoe up to meet that standing leg. Pick where you want your foot to be. Are you going to be on the ground, calf, or all the way up to the thigh? Bring one hand to heart center. And then bring the other. And if you can still balance here, then fully extend your tree up and out. Beautiful. Hands come back to heart center. And let's do the last side. Come on over to the left side and point that left toe down to the ground. Turn your knee out and slide the bottom of your shoe up to meet that standing leg. One hand, pick your foot. Where is your foot going to be? Now bring one hand to heart center. And then the other. And if you're still comfortable in balancing, then fully extend your tree up and out. Good. Bring those hands to heart center. And we're going to have a seat back in your chair so that we can do our cat-cow. So 2 feet are flat on the floor. They can be together or separated, whatever feels comfy for you. You're going to rest your hands on your knees. You're not going to pull on your knees. You're just going to rest them there. So for cow, you're going to open up your chest as big as you can and look all the way up to the ceiling. Then for cat, you're going to tuck your chin into your chest, and then your shoulders come up and your chest kind of closes. Now while you're doing this, for cow, you are going to breathe in. So open up your chest, look up to the ceiling and breathe in. For cat, breathe out, tuck the chin to the chest, and close the chest by bringing those shoulders up by your ears. So you are going to move back and forth between these two poses at your own rate, okay? I'll tell you when you should be finishing up with your last one, but other than that, you can move as fast or as slow as you want. Go ahead and try that now. Good. Finish up with your last cat pose and then come back to join me. Good. We are going to do our seated wind removing pose. So you're going to scoot a little bit forward on your chair and then interlock your fingers. You're going to reach for right below your right knee. Pick up that leg and then give it a tight hug. See if you can bring your knee up and aim for your armpit. Elbows stay into the body and we'll hold it. Amazing. Good. Put it down. Fix your grip. And then reach below your left knee. Pick that leg up. Bring your knee all the way up to your armpit. Elbows in nice and tight and hold it. Good, put that leg down. We're doing our second set. Interlock those fingers, reach below your right knee, pick it up. Knee goes to the armpit, and hold it. Good, bring that leg down. Last one, fix your grip. Grab right below your left knee, pick it up. Bring it up, aim for your armpit, elbows in nice and tight, and hold it. Very nice. Put that one down. We have 2 poses left until our seated Savasana, so let's do our Camel Pose. So you are going to sit a little bit forward on your chair, and you're going to reach back behind you. You can either, if you have a chair like this, you can reach for the back of it, or you can literally reach for the back of the chair, whatever gets you so that your arms are behind you. You're going to open up your chest as wide as you can. Then you're going to look all the way up to the ceiling, and even if you can, all the way to the wall behind you. Okay, so let's do that together. Feet are a little bit in front of you, so like ankles are a little bit farther out than your knees, because once you get into the pose, you kind of come forward and then your knees and ankles become in one line. So reach behind you, open up your chest as big as you can. Look all the way up to the ceiling and all the way to the back wall if you can. Good. With your eyes open, slowly move your head to look forward at me. Get in a comfy position and breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Again, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Good. Let's do that one more time. So sit a little bit forward on your chair. Feet are a little bit in front of you. Reach for the back of your chair, or if you're on a couch, fit your hands in between like the couch bottom cushion and the back cushion, somewhere that you have a good grip. Once you got that in position, open up your chest as big as you can. Now with your eyes open, look all the way up to the ceiling and even the back wall if you can. Good. Slowly bring your eyes forward. Sit back in your chair, get in a comfy position, and we'll do those 2 deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Very nice. Let's do our final pose, which is our seated forward fold with your legs closed. So, toes, heels, and knees all touching. Feet are flat on the floor. You may curve your back on this one. This is a pose where you get to hunch over and curve your back. So let's go, arms all the way up to the ceiling. And dive forward. Reach for the back of your ankles or the back leg of your calves. If you can't reach your ankles, then slowly curve your back. Tuck your chin to your chest and put your forehead on your knees if you can. Good. Let's do that again. Arms all the way up over your head. And dive forward, reach for the back of your ankles, tuck your chin to your chest, and hold it. Very nice. Arms all the way up over your head. Make your hands touch at the top and then bring your hands down through to your heart center. Amazing job today. We are going to finish off with our seated Savasana. Now, if you want to sit, that's fine. If you want to lay down, you have a mat, you have a towel, you can do that. I'm going to stay seated to just show you what that looks like. You can sit in any comfy position. Feet can be any way you want. The one thing that I do ask that you try to do is flip your hands so that your palms are facing up to the ceiling and that your hands are resting on the top of your legs. I'll invite everybody to close their eyes and try to focus on your breathing. I like to count my breath. So I like to breathe in for 4 seconds and out for 4 seconds. That way I'm focusing on my breath. Let's all go ahead and try that. I'm going to slowly open my eyes. You can do the same, or you can stay in your Savasana if you would like. I do want to let you know how many calories we burned. If you were following along, my watch says I burned 138 calories, so amazing job today, you guys. I definitely feel a lot more relaxed after that. I hope you do too, and I will see you guys on Thursday for some shadow boxing. Thanks for watching. Bye.